Hello, everyone, and welcome to Josh Impact Insights. Our guest today is Mr. Saurabh Kasat, CFO of Dairy Day Ice Creams, one of the top 10 ice cream brands in India. He has more than 15 years of experience in finance and investment banking. Before Dairy Day Ice Creams, he has worked with multinational companies like Citibank, Ernst& Young, and NSCIT. Two interesting facts about him. He is among the few non CA CFOs in the country, and being an avid food lover, he likes to visit different restaurants and write reviews about them. So, without wasting any time, let's start the conversation. Saurabh, is your company eligible for CSR and what kind of social causes do you support?
Yes, so basically CSR, the eligibility has 3 points, net worth, net sales and net profit. So because of the net profit clause, we are eligible to spend on CSR, and we have a CSR policy in place. So the key area that we spend our CSR eligible money is on education and local area development. So our policy is also around these two.
Education and local development seems like a good mix. Will be great if you can tell us about some ongoing or past projects that you've undertaken.
Okay. See, for local area development, we are so our industrial units, our factory is located in an industrial area called Harohalli Industrial Area, very upcoming, fast growing industrial area. So in that area there are a lot of schools are there where we have provided, let's say, the school infrastructure or scholarship to the children from the humble background. So all around education in that area, plus forestation in that area, plantation in that area, or any other local area development project that comes up. So we try to take a part in that. Other activity, what we have done is we tie up with some NGOs who have, let's say, larger plan in the education space. So in the FY20, we sponsored a project for the government school where they were trying to create a mobile planetarium, where the experience of planetarium will be given to the school children of the government school. So we were one of the leading sponsor of that program.
Planetarium on mobile, very interesting. Must have taken time to identify this unique project. In general, are there any challenges you face in identifying the right CSR projects?
So one I guess the common challenge which probably everyone faces is that how to find the right avenue to spend the CSR quota. Last year was the first year where we faced it, and there was an ongoing project, so we continue to kind of spend in that. But there was really not like it was not like a case that we had too many options and we had to choose kind of thing. So we have kind of saved that money and planning to spend that in this year. For the local area development projects, no, that association and all are pretty strong. So if there is any opportunity, and then we also have our good, admin HR team who kind of takes care. So that part is well taken care because we are there in that area for so many years. So we know what is happening, how the development is taking place. But our other objective of the education, we thought that better to associate with some, let's say, institution or NGO, which has a larger plans within what we want to do. So hence this the mobile planetarium project came into the picture, and it was a huge hit when it was deployed in the government schools. You can imagine that you and I must have gone to let's say planetarium, but a student from government school can actually feel that the planetarium experience inside that. It is like portable mobile the planetarium. It was really amazing to see how kids enjoy it. So that came when it's like you have an objective and somebody will come, then you try to evaluate. So it took some time, but eventually it came.
As you are aware, new regulations have been introduced this year. Would you like to elaborate on these recent changes related to CSR and how will it impact your company?
All the recent notifications which have come, they actually came into the picture last year, but because of COVID, they got notified little later. So now in the month of January, they have got notified. The one in fundamental change, in our opinion, is that, see, earlier there was like, there is whatever eligibility criteria, then you amount, then amount is derived and how much to spend, and then you are supposed to spend that. If you don't spend, you need to give reason why you have not spent, and and the year ends there basically. So now one most important fundamental change which has happened is that that they have put onus on the companies that the money should be spent. If it is not spent, then they have given some timeline. If it is an ongoing project, then you can still spend in the next 3 years. If it is not an ongoing project, then you are supposed to give that unspent amount to some fund notified by the government. So that is one fundamental change which has happened, which will impact all the mid-sized companies like us. One more, I think, good thing that they have done is they have also allowed carry forward of the spend, because sometimes you really find a good project, right? And you tend to spend more. So the same thing also now can be carried forward, which I feel is a very, very good change. It gives us some flexibility. Basically, the intention, they have made it clear. And at the same time, they have given flexibility that, that, you can spend, you can choose something which will which will meet your objective. So that way, changes which are notified are really, really progressive as far as CSR goes in our country.
So, Saurabh, how do you actually monitor these ongoing projects?
So, on the local area development, anyways, it is local area. So people go and see whether, the work is really done, infrastructure is really created and all these things. And when it came to some of the larger projects like this planetarium project and all, so we were there when the initial, launch was happened, and when the initial students were showing and all, and we continue to get reports from the NGO partner in terms of what is happening on that planetarium part.
Lastly, let's talk about the beneficiaries. Would you like to share any advice with them based on the new regulations?
Most important part now, let's say from NGO perspective, is to see whether they can become the long-term partner for some company. Okay, because now the way these changes have come, what they are trying to say, it is not an yearly affair. You think of a CSR as a long-term activity, basically.
Right.
Okay, hence they have given the flexibility of spending more, you can carry forward, or spending less, you can spend later on. All those flexibility have given. So from the NGO perspective, I think if any good NGO can become a long-term partner here, and if their work is aligned with any of the company's objective, it will be real win-win for both NGO and for the company.
Okay, then thank you so much, Saurabh, for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for talking.